Well, hello everyone. I'm Tamara and welcome to my YouTube channel, Tams PsychAdvice. I'm an ENFJ and I'm also Enneagram 4, the individualist. My love languages are gifts and words of affirmation. However, sometimes I feel like I appear to be other Enneagram types or that I prefer certain love languages that aren't really me. Can you relate? Sometimes I kind of fake it until I make it. I hope this doesn't get you too confused or that it doesn't become too confusing. So I'm going to do this video diary style and let my extroversion take over and explore my thoughts out loud so I can figure out what I'm thinking. I think one of the things about being a 4 on the Enneagram and also an ENFJ is that it lends itself to being a chameleon. Many people say, I am who I am all the time with everyone. That style does not fit me at all. I'm different depending on who I'm with. I feed off of other people's energy and adapt. I can't always act the same way all day long, every day of the week. It just doesn't work for me. I have one personality on YouTube, but that's not quite who I am in the real world all the time. It just depends. Sometimes I am, and sometimes I'm not. On the 16 MBTI videos, I think you can see a slight difference in some of the videos because I tend to adapt to whomever I'm speaking of. That said, sometimes I appear to be Enneagram 3, and it would also seem that I'm acts of service for love languages. But acts of service is near the bottom of my love language list, so I find it exhausting to do acts of service. It's just not my natural inclination, it feels awkward to me, and I don't feel drawn towards it at all, to be honest. It's time consuming and it doesn't satisfy me like words of affirmation does. I love helping people with words, with counseling, with helping people grow to new heights psychologically. But when someone asks me if I can do them a favor, my momentum drops. It doesn't feel good to me. My brain shifts to not wanting to feel used, I guess. So if someone asks me, can I help them organize or move to a new location? I'd rather sit and stare at a wall. And yet, it seems like I'm always helping someone with something, and I appear to be good at it. My extroverted J knows how to execute, organize, and make things happen. I know how to get the job done, so I think people find me reliable, but I rarely ask people to do things for me or for acts of service requests because that feels bad to me. In my mind, I think everyone is busy, and I'd rather try to do things for myself rather than to ask. I'm not a good asker. I've had people to tell me that I'm always helping people with things like putting their parties together. Just because you're decent at something doesn't mean you get any satisfaction from it. It feels like getting something over with, like I'm just getting this over with so I can move on. I find that many Enneagram 3 people are also acts of service love language people. They love serving others or helping the community. It seems that 3s are constantly on the go and like to have a laundry list of things they're doing and accomplishing. Many service projects and organizations that they're heavily a part of. They're multitaskers with many things going on. That's me these days. But do I really enjoy it? No. I like to be laid back and not go, go, go. I think it's retraining my brain to get bored easily instead of being satisfied with the simple things. I also think it gives me an adrenaline rush, and I don't like my adrenaline going all the time because I think that adds to feeling stressed out and releasing chemicals that I don't want released. So I find that way of living incredibly draining, but it seems that I barely have any time to just do nothing anymore, which I find incredibly fun because then I can do the things that I want to do, even if they're boring. I don't know. By the way, Enneagram 4 with 3 wing looks like this. People with an Enneagram type 4 wing 3 personality tend to identify most with the type 4, but may share some traits with the type 3. They're creative, energetic, and productive in their behavior. They're generally more sociable than other 4 types. They want to be unique and expressive, hoping to make a lasting impact on society. They're deeply in tune with themselves, understanding the feelings and motivations of others, thinking creatively and efficiently, and are genuine and authentic. I can be Enneagram 1, the perfectionist in some areas of life where I want to do things in an exacting sort of way. I want to do some things with a certain standard, to take things to new levels and higher heights and represent myself well. However, in some areas, I don't want to be perfectionistic at all. Sometimes I feel allergic to it and find myself being more perfect than I want to be. I want to be carefree. There are some things that I do that I feel pressured to be a certain way when I really want to throw caution to the wind and be free. Self-expression, I guess that would be me being the 4 on the Enneagram. When it comes to close family members, I can appear to be the challenger, Enneagram 8, because I'm bitingly straightforward. I don't mince words, I'm blunt and harsh, and I speak my mind, no holds bar, and even argumentative. Maybe it's because I feel safe to say whatever I'm thinking, but I often feel guilty for acting that way because I'm super conscientious about how I impact people, so I have to work on toning things down. I have a lot of 6 influences from my family of origin. I can be quite guarded when it comes to safety and trusting people. I approach people with skepticism first before I relax. Or maybe it's also because I've studied a lot of personality disorders, so I'm cautious about who I really let into my circle without testing them a little bit. I'm not in denial about being an ENFJ at all. I really think that's who I am, although a lot of people go into denial about their MBTI, which is also fascinating and aggravating. I know that I'm extroverted because I get energized from being around people, and I don't mind making new friends. Everyone's my friend, haha. I actually like having a wide variety of friendships, but I feel like an introvert a lot of times too because I feel drained with too many people interactions. I like being alone. I love it too much sometimes. I think it's because I grew up in an introverted household, so I was given space to explore and had alone time to do whatever I wanted to create my own imaginative world. I have a limit on how much time I want to spend around people. I find it incredibly draining unless it's something I really want to do. But even when I do things that I don't want to do, I usually get energized by the people around me and have fun. Sometimes if I have too much alone time, I can also get a little cranky. So sometimes I need to be around other people to reinvigorate and just feel energized. So do you have an aspect of your personality that you find confusing or baffling? What's your Enneagram and your MBTI? How do you act different from that combination? Comment below. By the way, feel free to check out my friendship pins in the description box. If you'd like one with your MBTI type, click on the link below. They're handcrafted by me, especially for my MBTI friends out there. In the meantime, take care of yourself, have fun, be sure to like my channel and share it with other people that you think would really enjoy it, and I'll see you the next time. Bye!